Hello. So, on this particular audio session, it's not going to be too long. Couple reasons. Well, I know you guys are probably like, well, where is she at? Like, how come we can't see her in the videos? Don't worry, you will be very soon. Okay. It's just like every time I have a video that I want to do, it's always at an inconvenient time. Not to mention, the kids are out for the summer, and you know how that goes. So pardon any background noise. Okay, so this is what I wanted to talk about today. Like, something that I feel that a lot of people have been having. I don't really want to use the word issues, but yeah, issues with. And that's relationships. And this is going to be really short because this is just kind of like a touch base. Because I have a couple things that I'm going to be coming out with. And thanks to like my subscribers as well, that's giving me a little bit of ideas, and they don't know it. But so yeah, that's gonna be my whole focus, just about relationships and relating with people. So let's talk about that for a second. Like, what is going on with like relationships lately? So many things. A lot of the problem or the biggest issues that I've been seeing, like doing readings and consultations with people, is that, and a side note, anybody that works with me knows, that has worked with me before, knows, unless, first of all, I'm gonna give you the ultimate truth, and unless my guys that I work with, and this is, I'm not surprised, it's part of my makeup, is all about mending things if it can be mended. Okay, if it can be mended. What is the problem, or one of the main things that I see? One of the main things that I see is that there is an imbalance. And I know you're probably like, okay, well, that's obvious to see. Well, not necessarily when you're in a situation. It's an imbalance going on. Like, people are throwing themselves in all kind of relationships, or staying in them, or lingering on, letting it linger on more than it has to, all because they feel like they cannot let go of it. And you know what the funniest thing is, that like, I don't, a part of me understands why, and then another part of me don't understand why. It's that dual nature that I have, that I'm trying to bring in and make work for me here. If Yeah, and for like a word of advice, go check out my twin flame videos on my channel. Like, a lot of those videos have great information in there. And it was like I was saying, like, back then when I was doing those twin flame videos, it wasn't that long ago, but when I was trying to be mindful of the people, of all the twin flames and stuff that was trying to really come together and make things work and all of that stuff. But I did realize a long time ago, like, I was on to something. And I feel like, because of the fact that I was focusing it more on twin flames, I didn't see that it was really for the collective as well. I know that it was, but I didn't really pay attention to that, because I was so focused on saying, hey, I want to make my relationship work, or whatever. With that being said, stepping outside of the situation more and just like really observing, there is a large imbalance going on in many relationships. Now, let's take use this for an example. We all know, like, that we're heading to a new way of being, and that new way of being definitely there needs to be some type of element of change, right? So if that is the case, you're gonna start seeing like because of where we're at in on the timeline here, you're gonna start seeing like this wanting to break free, but then not really knowing how to. Like, okay, I want to break free, but I want to hang on, like that type of thing going on here. And the problem with that is there's an element of both things that you can do, but your best bet would be understanding the art and learning the art of letting go, because you have to understand that letting go does not necessarily mean that you're losing. Like, it's all about perspective. If you look at letting go as losing, then you're going to feel like you're losing. You're always going to feel like you're losing. When you have to let go of stuff, when it's time to let go of stuff, you're going to feel like, oh my gosh, this is the worst thing that's ever happened to me. Not really understanding that it could have been the best thing that ever happened to you in your freaking life. But because you were so apprehensive about letting it go, then you deny yourself what could not possibly be next. And then you have those people that's like, yeah, but I don't really want to know what possibly could be next. I just want this. And then I would ask the question too, but why? In order, I'm saying all this because I'm leading to something like I always do. In order though, if something is out of balance, in order to gain that balance back, right, there has to be certain steps that takes place. One, it would be nice to figure out, well, how can I equal out the weight, or how can I get the balance back? How can I alleviate some of my weight that I'm putting over here on this side and bring it back over here to the other side in order to balance it out? Like, how do I do that? This is the part that people don't like. How do you do it? You gotta let go. You gotta ease up on the gas. And depending on each independent situation, it's going to be handled differently, because in some situations, you're going to need a full-blown let off the gas and step on the brakes. For other situations, you're going to need to just let off the gas a little bit, because y'all are not just completely out of balance. Y'all are imbalanced. Y'all are more imbalanced than someone who has to step on the brakes. You see what I'm saying? Either way, you need to examine your situation, and you need to see where you should be indeed stepping on the brakes, or either alleviating some of the gas. Okay, because you don't really want to be over pressing on the gas and not understanding the art of space. Because people don't really get the art of space, because you have some of those people that's just like full on or full off. They don't know the in between. You know what I'm saying? But when I think of like a Libran character of the sort, they understand the in between, if that makes sense. They understand the in between, because I'm thinking of in terms of archetypes here. And if they understand the art of in between, that means that then there doesn't have to be just one way or the other way. So one way or the other way type relationships are causing imbalances, because some people don't understand. They're like, okay, either I can give, like for instance, I'm financially stable, I'm just completely committed to you in this situation, whatever, over here. Either I have to be that, or I can't be anything at all. So then therefore we're just friends, or we're just nothing. That does not have to happen. See what I'm saying? Because an in-betweener, excuse me for all the noise in the background, because the in-between type thinking person will understand the middle. They will understand that, okay, they'll compromise. Like, okay, well, you're not here, and here yet. I understand that. But what about where we're at now? Like, where are we at now together? Us two, in our relationship, in our situation. Like, is there any type of way of where it doesn't necessarily have to be a committed relationship, but we could be friends or whatever, but we may set up our boundaries on what that friendship looks like? Can we both agree to do that? And then maybe work, or if it's possible, we don't even have to put the word work on it. Let's just let it flow and see what happens. You see, you have those thinkers. But what happens, and that to me is the way I would think, you know what I'm saying? But when you mix up with somebody who's just like full on, no, either we're full on, we're full off, that gets misinterpreted, because the communication is off and the understanding is off, because then you have the person who's a middle thinker is thinking like, but wait a minute, maybe this person doesn't want anything to do with me, but whatever the case may be, it's all about compromise and communication, because in putting it out there. Okay, so to have a clear understanding, because that's what a lot of the problem is. There is a lack of clear understanding going on in most people's situations, and they don't really know how to get that understanding, because they keep tripping over power. Who's going to be in power? So what happens when you mix the midway thinker with the either I'm full on or full off way of being perspective? You get a hot mess, because the full on and full off again, the full on or either be full off person is not going to be present most of the time. They're not going to be present because they feel like, okay, well, I'm not full on, therefore I'm going to give you the runaround. I'm going to show you through my actions or passive aggressive behavior that basically, yeah, I'm not feeling that, or yeah, I'm not gonna make you're not gonna believe that I want anything more. It's some type of weirdness that goes on with that way of thinking, but it's not wrong. It's just a perspective of, then the person that's the middle ground thinker is like, I can't do nothing with this, like, because I'm not getting it. I don't understand. This doesn't make any sense to me, so I'm gonna look in another direction, or I'm gonna do this over here or do that over here. And then you have the person that's full on, full off. It's kind of like, yeah, but what happened? I thought you said we were friends. I thought you said we were cool. And then the midway thinker, or the person who's trying to do the compromising, is kind of like, yeah, but you don't get the fact that I keep trying to talk to you. I keep trying to make this thing better and whatever, and it's not working because you show me something completely different. Do you see how that sounds confusing? So I feel like in this situation like this, somebody, I don't know who it's going to be, 9 times out of 10 is probably not going to be the person who's thinking they're either on full or they're off full. It's probably going to have to be the compromiser, the person that's able to be the compromiser. That's where you have to be willing to, able to let go of the power struggle. The person that's a compromiser can come in and be like, hey, let's talk about this. Like, this is what I see. This is how I see it. Like, what's the misunderstanding? Where did we go wrong? Okay. Now, I'm not giving you this information to go to try to reboot something up necessarily from the past that was kicked off a long time ago. I'm not trying to say that. Because with all things, you have to know it's about understanding everything. You have to know when something is just done and over with, or when something is beckoning you to mend things. And when you just understand, when you do have these mending conversations, it does not mean that you're going to get your way in the situation. It could be a conversation that takes place where it clears the air, where you find out like, okay, well, this person just really does not want anything with me. Or you find out, okay, well, this person is really at the place where they're at. I understand that now. Now I'm not confused anymore. Okay. And just so happens, with setting everything aside, I feel like this. Guys, whoever is listening, when someone, I don't care what you feel like for example, you could say, oh, well, they're hiding their true feelings from me. They really do feel this way about me. They feel that way about me, but they just don't want to tell me because they're shy, crazy, etc. Let me tell you something. Don't go by that. Don't go by that, because you're going to set yourself up for failure. Go by everything that they're showing you and they're telling you. That's what you go by, because really in the long run, you will end up helping yourself. When you're going through the phase of listening to whatever they're showing you and whatever they're giving you, you start your road to healing. You start your road to getting off of the track of confusion and getting on another track to common sense or clarity. And that's the track that you want to be on. Until they show you different, hey, let me tell you, you better turn focus. I don't care. And when I say turn focus, I don't mean like, okay, well, I hate the person, because we keep getting that misconception, because you stand up for yourself and you have enough pride and confidence in yourself. Now all of a sudden you're not spiritual, but yet you are, and you're not able to unconditionally love somebody. Heck nah, that is not true. This is about understanding the truth and accepting it, and still no love lost for the person. Like, you will not wish them any harm. You will wish them the best, but you have to put yourself as a priority in situations when it comes to your heart and your health. Okay? Because at the end of the day, that person gonna be up there riding roller coaster rides and drinking cherry slushies, with enjoying life, or with whatever they're doing, with whoever they're doing it with, and you're sitting over somewhere miserable, slumped over. So, and a lot of these are growing pains, and you do have to have patience though, because anytime you're gonna build something up, and it's relationship wise or whatever, you do have to have patience, because you got to see where it goes, But that's only if you're going about it in a healthy manner, with a healthy perspective. That's it. So, with that being said, I'm just going to wrap this up really quick. And I want to say, so take a look at you and your relationships with people and see what's going on. Really see if you're the person that's doing the overgiving. See if there's an imbalance. Are you doing the overgiving, or are you doing the undergiving? If so, is this a situation that you really don't want to lose out of your life? Okay, how can you better the communication so that it is something that builds instead of subtracts, So check me out, check out my website at www.divineinfinity.org. Email me at butterflytolight11@gmail.com. And let me know if you want any consultations, readings, or etc. And until next time, I'll be back. The next time, hopefully, you'll be seeing my face again. Bye.